What were you the god of again?
Welcome back, Dice Rollers and Role Players. Ryan from God of Crits, and we are here to talk more policy deep dives. If you don't know what Kingdom's Reign is once more, go ahead and check all of our videos that are coming out about Kingdom's Reign. Super cool idea, but if you're here, I'm assuming you've already invested and you're curious about all of these policies and how they're going to run. Today we're talking production. It's going to be an interesting one. Obviously, a very big part of Kingdom's Reign is going to be what your kingdom is producing, and it's going to feed a lot into trade as well. So let's get right into production. All right. So production is going to be split into two separate things. First of all, your natural resources that you are going to find. All natural resources are going to have a direct correlation to a policy. Hopefully you can see right here how those lay out. A mining tile is going to give you a buff in military. A hunting lands tile is going to give you a buff in colonization. What we're going to call a swell is going to give you a buff in the magic policy. Any mountains you find are going to give you a buff in religion. Any woods hexes are going to give you production buff. Any luxury is going to give you a entertainment buff. Any valleys and rivers tiles is going to give you an exploration buff. And any desert tiles are going to give you an espionage buff. Okay, now that we got those natural resources and where they align to the policies out of the way, I'm going to tell you what that does for you. So, very simply, the amount of tiles will stack. The multipliers will stack. So, for today's example, let's say that I am someone that's running a kingdom, and I started out with my 6 hexes, and what do you know? 3 of those 6 hexes have a mining tile on them. Oh, wow, this is awesome. Okay, that means that right off the bat, my military is going to start strong, hopefully. So we would put amount of tiles 3, and then the DM would have one of these sheets for each kingdom. And then the buff multiplier to start out will be 0.05 manufacturing per tile. Okay, that manufacturing word just simply is going to correlate to the second half here. Now, we've got 3 tiles at 0.5, which is going to raise up our total to 0.15. Real quick disclaimer, these are numbers that I'm not dying on the hill of these numbers. We're going to test these, and we're going to workshop them to make sure that they are accurate and that they are balanced. But for the example, it'll do. So that is going to 3 tiles at 0.05 will raise up to 0.15. Now, we are going to bring that down to our manufacturing right here. I am first going to set all the constants for this. So since our buff was 0.15% for all 3 tiles, in my buff multiplier section here, I'm going to write 0.15. And then all of my constants are in. Now, and we are going to go right down the line and show you how a turn in production will go. And I'll walk through it all with you. If this looks confusing, just wait. We're going to go one step at a time. Amount. Amount is simply amount of KP that you want to put into this manufacture. So let's say once again you're going for military. You have 100 KP on your turn. You decide I'm going to put all 100 KP into military manufacturing for this turn. I got a war coming up. I want to shove it all in there. Shove it all in there. You're going to get 100 in your amount column right here. Now, your buff multiplier will multiply onto that 100. So 100 times, in my handy dandy calculator, 0.15, 15. Now you obviously add the 15 back into the 100 for your amount. You get 115. That will be put into your new amount. Now, obviously, that buff multiplier for those tiles you found just gave you an additional 15 of whatever. I'll explain what those 15 are when you come over here to the benefit divider, is what we are going to call it. Might as well put that in there now. Benefit divider. This is going to be constant for each manufacturing, and it'll be slightly different in each manufacturing dependent on whatever our yield is, which I'll go into in a second. So for now, all you need to know is it's divide by 5. That's the constant military benefit divider. So 115 divided by 5 is going to put you at 23. So the units you will yield this turn for putting all 100 with that buff multiplier, with the constant benefit divider, is 23. 23 what, you ask? Well, we have 1 unit value, which will again be a constant. For this, it's going to be plus 20 men, or you could say soldiers. Okay, I got 20 soldiers per 1 unit. How many units do we have? Well, 23. Super simple math here. 23 times 20, 460. That is 460 new soldiers I am going to get on the battlefield. That is a lot more, or a significant amount more than I would have got with that if I didn't have those 3 buff tiles. It's going to help me out quite a bit. And that buff multiplier of 15% feels low, but over time, I really do think that that is going to make or break your kingdom. Obviously, you can imagine how this would help in any other policy you wish to go down and go through, whatever your main policy is that you're trying to win with, or something you just kind of stumbled upon of, hey, I've got all of these desert tiles. I wasn't really planning on doing a whole lot of espionage, but I might as well start manufacturing secrets of the trade and getting these buffs for these things. At the bottom here, we have the simple ratio. I'll probably put it up top. It's amount of KP put in on this turn times your buff multiplier, which is going to be based on the tiles, divided by the benefit ratio is going to equal your total yield. And you'll get your total yield by multiplying that back to the 1 unit value. It's a lot. I hope it made sense. If you're confused on this, but you love everything else, go ahead and join our Discord, and you can ask me about it, and maybe I'll be able to explain it a little better. I think it's relatively well explained in this video, but you never know. Also, in our workshops, we're going to be going back and making different subsets of these things. It feels a little weird to have only just the general term of the mining natural resource. I think we might get into gold and mining silver and all these different stuffs later, but not just yet. We'll get into that in the micros later. That is production, everyone. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully it's not too much. I think it's going to be simple once you actually get all of the if you get the algorithm together, it'll be simple to just plug and play. Until the next time, roll on, gamers.